Hello, and welcome to another episode of TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen, episode number 851, coming to you live from somewhere, nowhere, New York City. And it is the end of the nonCMO Summit, hosted by Solana Foundation, Solana, and I sometimes say D-builders, or the disruptors, or the disrupting building, all of those things. The people that are making change. It was already a Class A plus event. How it turned into beyond expectations is the last night they had an RFP, the RFP process that we found out about, and we were like, yes, we're going to do this. We don't know what we're doing yet. We have, because we have 1,000 ideas baking it, that we sit and cook. Some of the really cool projects that I'm going to go through that list, because I love to go through lists so much. Let's find it. Let's find it. Oh my gosh. There it is. So let's see here. Here it is. Agenda, pitch day. Nope, that's the pitch day RFP. I was back at it for a second. Let's see here. All sorts of people. I think there was maybe like 15 pitches or so that did their pitches. And so we had City ACC, and and they were talking. Their proposal and project was grassroots Solana activations across the U.S. on a weekly basis. They did a really cool job, sort of laying out what they've done in the past, their successes, and what they plan to do. And they, what was really cool was like how tiny of a budget that they were able to sort of lay that out on. And so, really achievable. And then there was Ambient Network. Ambient Network was sort of talking more on campaigns focused on specific live products on Solana, specifically DPIN weather-based sensors, and getting those to people, and getting like basically activating people with DPIN devices, which is really cool. Jesse from Uprock, sort of talked about his uptime monitoring network and community powered, and where people are sort of watching things. DePhy, DePhy, something like that. But they had one of the coolest little tiny things, DPIN for Dummies, and where they do like drawing animated like little series, showcasing understanding and education pieces, and that was really awesome. That was really fun. We had Web3 Cities Network in Solana, and so global events connecting builders, investors, founders, and creatives, this time with Solana. G3M, going to market in Web3, a series of podcasts and interviews featuring founders and key people behind successful marketing stories on Solana. Bringing physical communities into the digital Solana ecosystem, by Clever Gorilla. It was a free-to-claim Solana DNFTs experience that act as bingo cards at Web3 and non-Web3 conferences leading up to Breakpoint. The Trenches, more of an institutional explanation of things, targeting, and this came from Carl Vogel from Six Man Ventures. It's a channel focused on reviews, education, and commentary on the world's best crypto apps, most of which are built on Solana. And so this is titled The Trenches. And why this is really cool is because Carl's background is stratified to the fullest. He's a leading partner at Six Man Ventures, which is one of the, they might not be the largest check in VCs, but they seem to have, they are in like every single pie in some way, shape, or form. And if not with a check, with support. As you can see, I'm a fanboy of Six Man Ventures, but more a fanboy of Carl. He is amazing. Offline Wellness Club was really cool from Lena. She fostering meaningful connections for female founders through offline wellness activations, inspiring innovation and community within the Solana ecosystem. Really geared towards like the LA community and building that out, which was really awesome. This was sort of a cross piece. So major Cosmos player, Sunny from Osmosis, creating a new podcast on sunny days, a podcast where curiosity meets candor as Sunny's gently pries open the Overton window, sparking conversations that uncover fascinating ideas people didn't realize they had, all with one promise: never to be boring. First episode was already planned with Antoli. Thing with the Stars, Harry Wetchell. This one was more of an activation event of like sort of like a karaoke themed event that was really cool. Solana founders attract top talent and clients through private karaoke nights featuring Broadway singers. Wolf Capital. What's really cool is I got to meet the not new founder, but who took over Wolf Capital last year, acquired Wolf Capital last year. So they pitched on this too, a new aggregator that allows for new functionalities in NFTFi. Sort of like a really cool piece utilizing different applications within Solana and tying them all together, which was really cool. One of the really cool ones was from Kay. This is their Venta. So you guys might know Kay. Huge player and one of the lead community devs behind what Samo has been doing, and Samo and he's just a cool dude. And like he comes off gruff, but like at the same time, like really, I don't know. There's so story about him. 3 years ago now, we met at a Solana Hacker House, New York, to be exact. The saga was finally out in people's hands and stuff like that. And so he just got, like, they got a dev saga, and they were powering it up, and he's like, I need to test it out. I was like, can I send you its first NFT? And he's like, yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, let's see how it works, how it does it, how quickly it works and everything. So basically I had an NFT of me, of my face, and I was like, boom. So now, like, the first NFT that Samo got for their D apps that they were building for Solana Saga is Taco's face. So there's that. That was pretty awesome. But like, just like, and then I get to see, but the cool thing that they're doing is a lot of POS stuff, point of sale, back end payment systems. And so one of the big things that they were pushing, Condesa on chain, driving blockchain adoption in Mexico City. And so there was a really cool piece where they're tied in with like Decaf, Goatfish, and like Etherfuse, and a ton of other Web 2 and Web 3 point of sale systems, but really getting local shops into payment. So like cheaper fees. They can still take all their cash, their cards, but they can also take crypto and get instant settlement on that. And that's really awesome. Let's see, BoweryCon, which was really sort of cool on the Gen Z side of things. A local brand influencer, like clothing space. And they seem to be so much more than that. Like, so that's that, looking at putting on a big, open event for Web3 with Web3 companies for Web2 people. So like Web2 people could experience like different type of, activations and stuff like that. Like, so activations that were geared towards Web2 people, not towards Web3 people, not towards the people already here, which was a really cool piece. Solana sessions. And this is from Jackie from Token Relations, a 3 to 6 month podcast newsletter series highlighting successful founders building on Solana, evaluating the blockchain's ecosystem through impactful metrics, and 30 to 45-minute intimate conversations that can be broken up into a short clip so builders can bring awareness to a broader general crypto audience to elevate Solana and inspire other builders. She has like a huge experience as like a reporter for a lot of different things, but like where her metrics are right now, like, her newsletter gets mailed out, gets read by like 4 million people or something like that, like through the metrics of who opens it up and looks at the email, 4 million impressions per email that's sent out, which that's awesome. Even if it's just scanned by someone. Then Cafe Ex Machina by Roposa Coffee, an AI agentic commerce experience in person powered by Roposa Coffee, Griffin, and Solana Pay. So this was just sort of like a proof of concept to like have like a fun activation piece using one of those robot coffee makers that like it stands behind like in a little glass booth and like makes the coffee someone asks for and stuff like that, which was really cool. And so then but then adding an AI component to it, which is really cool. House party at Breakpoint lights up the end of Hacker House with a fusion of house music and the pulsing heart of the Solana community. So this is from Degen. So like literally they're wanting to do a huge activation, like a big Rave for the Ethereum community, but Rave in Solana. So that's sort of cool. LMAO.fun had a really cool piece on what's the word I'm thinking of here? Having a hackathon for AI agents that can launch meme coins. And then the winners get sort of seeded through that, the other one that I don't see on this list, but was Solvent. AI agents that sort of like get highlighted that might not have made it through the highlights of like owning a meme token or something like that, but really cool agents that are getting built and supporting those builders. That was a really cool thing. And then the fifth project that I skipped this to save this for last. The fifth project that presented was DeSanta. Who came up with DeSanta? That would be me. I came up with it early this morning because, as you remember, last night we had to cut the show short so that we could think on it and work on that. And what we really did is we fell asleep and then woke up this morning. So we worked on DeSanta. And the main idea is celebrating and supporting those building on or in Solana or coming on or onboarding. And so this was I reached for the moon, the stars on this one. And but basically the idea is as a project that actively involves in investing in new projects and helping new projects build, then the idea is, we're doing token swaps. We're doing something for something. One of the big things that we've seen really big in Web3 is not something for nothing, but sometimes a little bit more than what was put in. Incentivization models, because it's hoping you'll stay, and thanking you for your time, basically. And so one of the things I wanted to do was to be able to just give away something to new projects at accelerators to get them to the next IRL event. And I or onboard people that aren't in Solana on, and with, hey, you might go and just throw this away. You might just go sell this right away, but it gets you started. And that's a really cool piece. So the idea behind it was, I see projects, get something for some, tit for tat, or if they win like an accelerator or a pitch contest, obviously they're pitching to VCs, but if they win the pitch contest, from the judges, like the biggest thing the thing that they'll walk away from there is like a ticket to the next conference and, pitch position, or, but travel around the world's really hard. And so literally it is to get them to the next event. One of the main events to aim them towards, is Breakpoint, and this is for projects that have an MVP, that are building or have built on Solana, and users can use it today, and no purpose other than getting them to the next event. And so, because projects don't always have the time or the budget to go to the next event, like they use their excess capital to go to one, that's their big shot. And yes, sitting behind a screen all day, you can get shit done, but you can't get what is done via what's the word I'm thinking of here? The IRL connections we make are priceless. And I see more things completed based off of IRL connections than anything else. And so I think that conferences are the way, plain and simple. And so, yeah, that is what I sort of pitched. There was a handful of winners. I did City ACC, Solvent, Deepin for Dummies, G3M going to market, The Trenches, Sunny Days, Solana Sessions, and DeSanta won. We all listed out estimated budgets, and I shot for the stars, and we won. Over the next week, we will, we have to sign a contract of some sort with the Solana Foundation, and so if you're joining the space on Twitter, we've created a new Twitter account, DeSanta.Sol. We are going to try to get DeSanta, but right now DeSanta.Sol. And we are so grateful beyond measure. Some of the really cool people that I got to meet and hang out with during the day before pitches and stuff like that were, people that worked at Orca, SNS, Solana Naming Service, Soulflare, the founder of that's taken over Wolf Capital, everyone from the internal team of Solana Foundation, GameFi projects, VCs, Solana University, people that I have gotten to know and, or that know me and stuff like that. And it was awesome. So I, shout out to everyone that was there, and super excited to see what happens and what's next. And so this is going to be a really cool time, and I'm super happy that Manifest, 0x Degens, me, Player One Taco, get to be DeSanta. So we will see you all on the flip side. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. Huge shout out to everyone on LinkedIn, Player One Taco, YouTube, 0x Degens, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Telegram, Rumble, Kick, on-chain via Unlonely, and on-chain via Soul Media Tech. Vorta launched today. So today will be the last time casting to Unlonely on a daily basis. We will probably still do occasional shows to Unlonely, but I want to just thank everyone. And when you say goodbye to a community, it's hard to say goodbye. So we're going to say goodbye the same way we always say goodbye. I want to thank everyone for joining, and we end our show with two things: our words of wisdom and the greatest worst knock knock joke on the face of the planet. This is how we have ended 850 episodes, and so might as well do it for 851. But as always, our words of wisdom are: a closed mouth cannot be fed, and you cannot feed a closed mouth. Meaning, if no one knows you're looking for opportunity can never come a knocking. If opportunity does come knocking and no one answers, it's going to keep on walking. And with that, I wish you all a great, great GM. We will be flying out tomorrow, and we'll be back in Texas for a few days till the next event. And as always, we end with the greatest worst knock knock joke on the face of the planet, in memory of those that come before us and to honor those that come after us. Knock knock. Who's there?